Am I live? Hello. This is so weird. Can you tell me in the comments? It says I'm live. I'm pretty sure I'm live. So just let me know. Being hacked is the worst. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you got your channel back. Me too. Me too. That was a very hard week. We can't wait for the chaos to begin. Yes. Hey, you did the thing. Oh, should I do you guys want me to do my channel intro? I've never done a live stream before, can you tell? This feels very weird. Hi, say hi, Percy. Hi, Percy. Hello. Hello to everyone. Thank you for joining me. Mm-mm-mm. Yes. Hi, Omega. I know you've been following me since the beginning, so shout out to you. Thanks for following me. Hi, Darth Delilah. Love that name. Hi, Sara Santos, Milan. That movie nitpicker, hello. Hi, Dennis. Hi, Mayrion, Kanya. How am I doing? I'm doing good. Honestly, I've been stressing for a while, but it's better now. And I thought there was gonna be nobody here and it was gonna be easier to read everyone's comments, but I sit corrected, I guess. I guess I'm gonna do my intro. I didn't see anyone asking for it, but I'm just gonna do it. So here we go. Hello guys and welcome to another video. I hope you got jump scared even though I did warn you. Okay, so oh I okay, let's look at some questions and then we'll look at the ones from the post that I made the other day. I see this one that caught my eye before and I wanted to answer it. Would you recommend me to read The Sun and the Star even though English is not my first language? I have a B2. The book will take a long time to translate and I want to read it and don't get spoilers. Thank you, Dana Pagamela Terapia. I love your name and I love your question. I actually studied translation at university and I'm a Spanish speaker and an English speaker, but Spanish is my native tongue. So I would say that if you don't want to get spoiled, then you should read it because B2 isn't bad. It's actually pretty good. I think C2 is the top level you can get on Cambridge. So I would read it. I would say that maybe with Rick Riordan, it's not as necessary to read it as fast because Rick Riordan is super popular and everyone knows that this book is going to be very popular. So I'm pretty sure they're going to translate it in like under 6 months, which is very good for a translation of a book that size. But I would say just go with your gut. If you've read any other Percy Jackson book in English and you think you can manage it, I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the same level of difficulty. So just go with your gut and let me know if you read it in English or in Spanish. I'm guessing from your username. Okay, let's see what else. Damn, I'm so happy. Damn, obviously DAM. Love it. Do you watch anime? Says Milan. Yes, I do watch anime. Actually, haven't watched anime in a while. I've been more into reading manga lately, but I love anime. Some of my favorites are Full Metal Alchemist and Haikyuu, but obviously I like the mangas better. If you have any good anime recommendations, let me know down below because sometimes I crave anime again. So, which Riordanverse book is your favorite? If you don't even understand the number of times I've gotten this question, I'll still answer it almost every single time, but it's just every time it comes up, I'm like, there it is. I should get a nickel every time I get that question. But to answer your question, my favorite book is the fifth book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympians. So, Percy Jackson and The Last Olympian. For a while, I was on the fence between that one and what's that called? Percy Jackson. Oh my god. I'm blanking, of course, on a live stream. And the fourth one, and the Something Labyrinth. Let me know what that book is called. The Battle of the Labyrinth. Okay, thank you, Darth Delilah, for saving me. Yes, between those two. So I'm actually really happy that it's between those two because in book series, when my favorite books are the ones at the beginning, it's always okay. Oh, okay. I see this one that you also asked yesterday. Do you think if Jason can control winds, do you think he can suffocate and kill a person by cutting off their oxygen supply? When I read this question, it really reminded me of the third season of Legend of Korra. I think you might be referencing what the airbender can do, like controlling the air around the person and like sucking the air out of their lungs. I don't think Jason can do that. Before Heroes of Olympus, children or descendants of Zeus and Jupiter, I guess, weren't even able to control wind. It was just storms and lightning, basically, according to just Talia's power. But I don't think they can control the air inside someone's lungs. I think that's a bit of a reach to say that a child of Zeus, the god of storms, can control the breath in someone's lungs. I also do not think that Percy should be able to control poison, but that's another issue. Okay, what is your favorite ship? I think, yeah. Oh, Percy Jackson is asking me what's my favorite ship. I feel honored. Well, Percabeth is definitely top five, top three ships. It depends on what I'm reading at the moment. But my favorite ships, I just reread Six of Crows. So Kanesh, Cass, and Inesh from Six of Crows is definitely top five, maybe top three. Sometimes I just get really attached to a ship and I read a lot of fan fiction, so I'm more obsessed with the fanon aspect of the ship than with the canon. This means that in canon, there's like a solid basis for the ship, but maybe there's not so much stuff, to draw from. So you go to fanon, and there's a lot. So some of the ships that I really enjoy reading fanfics for is Kirishima and Bakugo. My Hero Academia, I think I just exposed myself. Maybe I might have to delete this later. And also, something that I've read, this is very embarrassing. I don't know why I'm saying this. Something that I've read a lot of fanfic for is clans. So Keith and Lance for Voltron. Mentioning Voltron in 2022? Am I gonna get cancelled? I should. Okay. What's your opinion about the ending of Blood of Olympus? My opinion is that it was incredibly underwhelming and that it's the worst last book that Rick Riordan has ever written. A close second might be the third one in the Magnus Chase trilogy, just because it was kind of. Should I? I'm not going to spoil it. I just stopped myself. The last battle was kind of underwhelming. I was expecting more, but I still really like that book. So even though it's one of the worst endings, the third Magnus Chase book is still much better than Blood of Olympus. Almost anything is. Okay, my friend hates Rachel and I love her after Percabeth gets together, of course. I know you don't mind her, but I am curious to know what your first impression of her was. I have never liked Rachel. I like her aesthetically. I think she's pretty cool. But as someone who is very introverted and who, at the time of reading the books for the first time, had a hard time approaching people at first, I found Rachel just very annoying. Like, who do you think you are coming up to Percy and talking to him like you've known him your whole life? I don't like I don't like her attitude. Maybe that's one way to put it. I have well, this would be a lie. To say that I have never disliked Rachel because of her relationship to Percy would be a lie. Okay, but now that I'm 24 years old, recent 24-year-old, I can truly say that that's not the reason why she's not one of my favorites anymore. I just don't like her attitude. I'm sorry. Okay. If you could go to Hotel Valhalla, the Brooklyn House, Camp Jupiter, or Camp Half-Blood, where would you go? Obviously, I would go to Camp Half-Blood just because it seems like the most fun. They play volleyball there. They have a lake. You can go canoeing. There's a lava wall, which always seems very interesting. You can go sing songs by the fire, and the fire like changes color and gets super high if you're really into the song. I think, well, Hotel Valhalla, I would have to be dead. So, not that one. And then, I guess Camp Jupiter, you could go to college there. Is it free college? It should be free college. And people are safe, so that's a bonus. But I don't like that it's so, like, an army. It seems very impersonal. Mm-mm-mm. Do you watch other PGO content creators? That's a good question. And I don't think I've ever watched Percy Jackson content creators. I read Percy Jackson for the first time in 2012, and I got into YouTube around like 2015. And that would have been like the sweet spot for me to watch other Percy Jackson content creators. I guess the one that I've watched the most is Christine Riccio. Do you know Paul and Banana Books? At like the beginning or the middle of her career, like before Blood of Olympus was coming out, she did a lot of promo for it. She even got like a special box with a clue of what was going to happen because everyone thought someone was going to die, so they were really promoting that. So I guess her. And now obviously I watch A Healthy Dose of Fran. Shout out to her because she really helped me with this hacking business. Okay, which prophecy was the most well written in your opinion? I think like the whole prophecy for Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I would say the first one for the Lightning Thief is also pretty good, but just the a half blood of the eldest dogs shall reach 16 against all odds. It's probably the most iconic and the best one. The seven half bloods shall answer the call to storm or fire. The world must follow. Now to keep with the final breath and foes bear arms with the doors of death is very iconic. It's the only one that I know the whole way through, but it could have been better. I mean, I like it. I like the words, but the meaning is just not good. Mm-mm. Can you say hello to me? Okay, hello, Sunny345 or Sunny345. I'm the one who was playing Put a Finger Down in front of my family. Oh, I saw that comment. Iconic behavior. Honestly, speaking about comments, I just noticed this yesterday. I got my channel back, I think Wednesday night, and I started using it again Thursday morning. So yesterday and Thursday, I was like, I'm gonna go check out my comments, and I started checking them out. And all of the comments that I've ever left you guys previous being hacked have been erased. I don't know if they're there now. I'm pretty sure they're not. And that makes me super sad because I have always prided myself on answering like 3/4 of my comments. So now all of them are gone, and it seems like I have never interacted with my audience. So if I answered you twice ever with the same answer, it's because the comments were deleted and I forgot I answered you. Okay, if you could only say one of the seven, who would it be? This question is about as equal to the what is my favorite book in the Riot Order verse question as it can get. I get this question like 100 times. And this, and if you had to kill someone in the seven, who would you kill? Every single day of my life, I get that question. But I guess I would say Percy. He is my favorite one. So, am I glitching? Someone, Laura Leviosa says, espérate, han hackeado, que me he perdido. Yeah, I was hacked. Hola, Laura. Okay, some people say I'm glitching, which is fine, I guess. Normal, to be expected. But people keep commenting, so okay, back fixed, you're glitching, we can't hear anything. This is all great. Great content. I'm glad. Okay. Can you still not hear anything? Hello. I wish I could like restart the stream. It helped me at least. I'm just gonna keep going. Do what Flame War did. Restart the stream. It helped them at least. Teething issues are expected. But Milan says they can hear me clearly. So I'm very confused. Is it me or is it you? That's, the most important question in the world. I don't think it's me. It might be me, honestly. But just. Okay, I'm just gonna answer questions that you guys left me Wednesday when I asked you for questions. So let's go. If you were in the Riordanverse, which god would you be friends with, and which female character would you befriend? And you are awesome. Thank you, PGO Fanatic. So, which god would I be friends with? Obviously, Apollo comes to mind very quickly. I love him, and I love the twins. Ooh, a healthy dose of Fran is here. Hi, Fran. Thanks for everything. So yeah, Apollo and Artemis would probably be my best friends, and also Hestia, I think, because she's just the best. And female characters that I would be friends with, then obviously Annabeth. She is incredible, but I think the one that I would probably be best friends with is Talia. And people say it's Thalia, but I refuse to say that because it sounds way too close to how people pronounce my name in English. So no, it's Talia. That's how you pronounce it in Spanish. That's what I'm sticking with. Okay. Christmas live stream hype. Yes. What has been your favorite Christmas present ever? Probably my iPhone. When I first got a phone, the first phone of my whole life was for Christmas, and I got really excited. And there's a terrible picture of it. What book do you like that no one would expect you to like? I feel like I'm quite an open book, pun intended. So just by looking at me, you can tell which books I would be into, and you would probably be right. So um, I don't think there's any unexpected books that I like. What good books have you read recently? Well, besides the Six of Crows duology, I just recently read I'm Glad My Mom Died. Great title for a great book. It's really, really heavy. It's an autobiography by Jeanette McCurdy, the actress who played Sam in iCarly. I would say there's like 100 trigger warnings because her life just oh my god, it has been very intense. She's like not even 30, I don't think, but like all the terrible things that could happen have happened to her. So if you're feeling like learning more about her life, I would really recommend it. It's written and narrated by her, and it's incredible. Okay. Blah blah blah. What are your book related goals for next year? This year, my goal was to read 40 books, and I have read over 80 books by now. So I don't know. Should I go for 100 books next year? We'll see. Let's see. What is your favorite urban fantasy book? I think Percy Jackson counts as urban fantasy, so that would obviously be my answer. But one of my guilty pleasures is reading Cassandra Clare books, so maybe The Mortal Instruments, or also what's that called? The Raven Boys is urban fantasy, and I love that series as well. So those are all good, definitely in very different tiers. Someone just asked me, Ash plays 1012. Did you really just ask me Rick Riordan or J.K. Rowling? She who must not be named. Obviously, Rick Riordan as a writer and as a person in general. What is the worst Rick Riordan book you've ever read? I think we've cleared this up. It's Blood of Olympus, or what's Camp Jupiter Unclassified, Declassified? I don't know. That companion novel to Camp Jupiter, it just felt completely unnecessary. If you had to kill one of the seven, who would it be? Ugh, Bianca D'Angelo. I'm watching you. Stop asking me to kill characters. I guess it would be. Can we do spoilers in this live stream? I'm just gonna kill Frank. He just makes me feel absolutely nothing. At least Jason makes me feel like, but Frank, nothing. Have you read The Hunger Games? I have read The Hunger Games. I recently reread it this summer, and I loved them just as much as the first time. Well, probably not just as much, because the first time I got really obsessed, and I just kept rereading them to the point that my sister had to physically give me another book so I would stop rereading The Hunger Games. So yeah. Do you listen to Blackpink? A question for the ages. No, I do not listen to Blackpink. I know Blackpink memes because they're like super popular, but also like great meme potential because not a lot of people from other fandoms like them. You know, there's fandoms that are generally well liked by other fandoms, but if you're not in the Blackpink fandom, you probably don't like Blackpink. So I only listen to a couple of K-pop groups. The one that I listen to that I stan is 17. I recently also went to a The Boys concert. I love them as well. and I like Astro, and I really liked 101 while they were a thing. Do you live in Spain or another country? I live in Spain, which is here. You can't see it on the map, but that's where it is, and that's where I am. I was born in Spain, in Murcia specifically. That's towards like the southeast. But I have lived in Madrid most of my life. I have lived in England for 4 years. I did live in third grade and then throughout most of high school. So I'm guessing you're wondering because how I speak English, right? Have you ever read the Stormlight Archives? I almost read Archives. English is a hard language, man, especially to pronounce. No. Sorry for asking you to kill people. Does it annoy you? It doesn't annoy me. It's just something that I get a lot of the time, and I'd rather not have to kill people. In Kiss Mary Kill, killing is, well, killing and kissing are usually the hardest choices, but killing, blah 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 blah. Whose side are you on? Camp Half Blood or Camp Jupiter? If someone says they're in Camp Jupiter, I don't know if I trust them, honestly. Because we have read so many books from the point of view of Camp Half Blood that if you just change to Camp Jupiter halfway through, where do your loyalties lie? So definitely Camp Half Blood for life. If you had to read a book for the rest of your life, what would it be? I'm not picking anything fiction. Honestly, it would be like an encyclopedia or a dictionary because I feel like if I only had access to one book and it was fiction, I would start hating that book. So I want something that's going to be useful, give me practical knowledge and that I'm not going to be able to hate by the end of the experience. Camp Jupiter all the way says a healthy dose of Fran. I feel so betrayed. I like living dangerously and I like having fun. Okay. I also like to be separated into cabins by godly parent, and if you're the only person that exists there, then you just live alone and you can suck it. A happy question. Who in their right ornaments do you think your brother is most like? Oh my god, I literally just sent a picture to my brother today of a comment saying that he looks like Nico D'Angelo. I get so many comments. Your brother looks like Nico. Your brother looks like Percy. It's getting to his head. People, stop telling him those things because he will start to believe them. I forgot what the question was. Who do you think your brother is most like? Well, my brother is not exactly emo, just borderline. So the first person that comes to mind is Nico. I don't know. Maybe I just want to say Piper and Hazel just because they're his favorite characters. So I don't really know. I'll go with Nico. My friend is convinced Camp Jupiter is better, but Avi Camp Half Blood is better. Is your friend a healthy dose of Fran? Can you do another ship it or rip it, please? Yes, that is. I'm gonna say in the works. No, that is in my head. It's in the list of videos that I want to film. If you want, just let me know what videos you want to see from me because obviously, new year, new channel. Do you enjoy dystopia books? Says Santi. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. Um, I think that I enjoyed them more like at the height of dystopia, YA dystopia, so like the 2010s. I have read The Darkest Minds, what else? Legend and The Fifth Wave. I did read the first Divergent one, and The Hunger Games is a dystopia. So if it's good, I will read it, but I don't gravitate towards them anymore. What is your opinion on the animal penguins? I think they're pretty cute and they're very funny to look at and to watch documentaries about them when like they fall, but they're pretty brutal when they fight over a baby because one of their eggs didn't hatch and they end up killing the baby and they're like, yeah, that just happens. So, penguins are cool, but do not mess with penguins. Oh, okay. A healthy dose of Fran says she wants to see more collabs with a certain K, Magnus Chase, and Percy Jackson. It's weird because Magnus Chase, I remember the first time I read that having this very strong feeling that we were the same person. I don't know why. I could not tell you in 2022 why I had that strong feeling and at what moment. But I read a line of dialogue and I was like, we are the same person. We share a soul. So it would be weird to marry myself. I guess, who do I want to live with? I'm sorry, Carter Kane. I haven't read your books in a while, so I guess I'm killing you. Let's say kiss, marry, befriend. I'm befriending Carter Kane. I am kissing Percy Jackson because who doesn't want to do that in life? And I am marrying Magnus Chase because I think you should be married to your best friend. And I think we could do that. Someone says kill Magnus, he can come back. That's also true, but I changed the rules, so I'm befriending Carter. You got hacked, says Kay Bellet. Yes, I got hacked. Should we take this moment to talk about it? Okay, so last Thursday, I don't remember what day it was, but last Thursday night, I got hacked and a video was uploaded onto my channel. Clearly a scam. It asked people to click a link to download something. I'm not even going to say what name was because I don't want to give them any more, clout, whatever. I don't know what that's called. I don't want to talk about it. But I got hacked and then I didn't notice because I didn't check my channel at the time. I woke up, I was like scrolling through Instagram while I baked my brother his birthday cake, and then I got several messages on Instagram, one of them from a healthy dose of Fran, thank you very much, telling me that I had been hacked, and I nearly lost it right then and there while I was baking Oreo cake. It was very dramatic. But, yeah. Oh, happy birthday to my brother. Thank you. I'll tell him later. Where was I? I keep getting distracted. So I noticed, and then I just talked to Fran. She helped me get through many mental blocks. I couldn't do much on Friday because I had planned to do something that afternoon that I can't say what it was. And then I went to watch Avatar. Fun fact, I went to watch Avatar with two of my cousins, and I used the email which was hacked to get the tickets online. And then when we went there, they're like, "Oh, can you not get into it? It's not good enough to have like a screenshot of it. You need to show me so you can get your 3D glasses." And I couldn't access my email, so I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my email was hacked. I can't. Can you just use the screenshot?" And the poor guy clearly did not care about me paying 150 for glasses, so he was just, "Okay, here are your glasses." But if need be, I would have started crying to get those 3D glasses to watch Avatar. So that was a funny anecdote after the fact. How did you like Avatar? I watched it at 9:15 at night. We finished the movie at like after midnight, 12:30. And I really liked it. It was 1 hour of plot, 2 hours of filling, but it was such beautiful filling that I really enjoyed it. I am not on Snapchat. I am sorry. I am on Instagram and on Goodreads. How old is your brother? How old is he? He is 5 years younger than me, and he just had his birthday, so he is 19. We are 10 days and 5 years apart. I would recommend going to watch Avatar right now because it's a movie you have to watch in theaters, and I would recommend the 3D version. Also, yeah, so I got hacked. Going back to that, Thursday afternoon, noticed Friday morning, and then Saturday morning, I noticed that the video wasn't up anymore because you guys had reported it. So thank you guys for reporting that. And then on Sunday, I started messaging and emailing with Yahoo, no, not Yahoo, with YouTube, and it's been a bit frustrating because I sent them an email and then I would only get an email back like a whole day after, like at 7:30 in the morning. So it really made me work on my patience, but I'm really happy that I got my channel back. Okay, do you like badgers? I think I saw somewhere. I don't think I have anything against badgers. They're cute, but correct me if I'm wrong. Have I read something about badgers being like unexpectedly dangerous? Are you gay? Gay as in me liking other women romantically? No. I am queer. What is your favorite animal? I think I just love dogs, but that's such a basic answer. But if I say I like wolves, then that says a lot about me that I don't want it to say. So I don't know. Badgers are smart, someone says. Cameron Holmes. And that makes them scary. Smart animals are scary. Dolphins are the smartest animals besides humans, I think, and they are super sketchy. So, would you disown your child if she shipped Parator or Lucabeth? I don't think I'm having children, ever. But if first of all, I would just be happy that they read Percy Jackson, a book that probably came out like 40 years before, not before they were born, but 40 years before they read it. But I would not disown them. Maybe if you asked me this question when I first read it, when I was 12, then I would say yes. But I am 24 now. I am a grown, mature woman, and I can gladly say that anyone can ship whatever they want as long as it's legal. It's what else? Legal. I think that's the basis. I don't like incest, obviously, so definitely not that. Nothing illegal. As long as it's legal and nobody gets hurt, then I think it's good. Just don't rub it in my face, okay? Badgers were very intimidating in the Red Wall series. Good to know. Oh, badgers don't fear lions or God. See, I told you. Percy Jackson or Harry Potter. Someone random is definitely someone random asking this question. Look at my channel for a second. Look at my name. More than half the content I've created, and then reach your own conclusion. Tell me how that goes. If you could kill one of the characters in the PGO main cast that isn't already dead, who would it be? That depends on who do you consider main cast. Is Zeus main cast? Is Hera main cast? Jason and Brick Forever, the random channel? Yes, indeed. That's I forgot when I was mentioning my top OTPs. What's that called? Brayson is one of my favorite ones. What Hogwarts house do you think you'd be in? I don't think, I know I would be in Gryffindor, 100%. But if for some reason I wasn't allowed in Gryffindor, I would be in Hufflepuff. So I'm a Griffin Puff, but I think Gryffindor. I wouldn't disown them, but Lucabeth is so creepy. Oh, okay. I wasn't thinking about. So, as I said, as long as it's not illegal, which Lucabeth would be. So, I wouldn't disown them, but I would have a clear talk to them about dating people who are underage. Do you like Harry Potter though? I do like the Harry Potter books. I love the movies, I think. I don't know, I haven't watched them in a while, but I loved them when I watched them. And I read the books. I've only read them once. So I might do a reread sometime in the future and read them in English because I've never read them in English, just in Spanish. Whoa. Brayson is top tier. Ladybug, Fairybug. I don't know about that username, but I like how your brain works. Have you seen Hamilton? So 2016, everyone got obsessed with Hamilton. I was no exception. I did watch it. Did it come out during the pandemic on Disney Plus? I did watch it. I want to say twice, but maybe only once. It's really good. I love the Hamilton soundtrack. Annabeth or Hazel? Annabeth all the way. She's my second favorite character in Percy Jackson. Who do you think would win in a fight, Rena or Talia? It depends when in the timeline we are. In Blood of Olympus, I would definitely say Talia because she's a hunter, so she has like immortal points. After that, I'd say it'd be a close call, but just because Talia has that extra bonus of lightning power, I think she would be the better fighter. But it depends. It really depends. If you could read one writer verse book for the first time again, which would it be? I guess The Last Olympian, probably, or maybe The Lightning Thief. But if I read The Lightning Thief for the first time, but only that one, would that mean that I already know what happens? So well written. Piper annoys me a bit, and I can't figure out why. Probably because of how Rick wrote her. You know, he doesn't have the best track record of writing female characters, especially when he's writing from their perspective, because I feel like there wasn't that much of a problem in Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I can't talk anymore. What do you think Piper's sexuality is? Okay, kind of maybe a spoiler for Trials of Apollo. Um, there, I gave a spoiler announcement. I think she's bisexual. I think she was 16 in The Lost Hero when she decided that Jason was her whole life. Which is fair enough. You're 16, you're in like dangerous situations all day, every day, so it makes sense you like want to have someone as your soulmate. But I truly think that she liked Jason in a romantic way. And I think that now she might like someone who is not a guy in a romantic way, which would lead me to believe that she is bisexual. Also, given the what do you call this? It's not a dedication. What's it called? The first line before the sun and the star that says this is for all the Nikos, Wills, and Pipers out there, referring to LGBT folk. So I hope Piper is at least mentioned or somehow featured in the book because I really want to see more from her now. Solangelo is what fuels my will to live. Well, then you're gonna have a great time next year, or a bad time, because we all know it's not gonna be all fun and games in that book. What do you think of Thana? Wait. If I say Talia, should I say Thana? No, that sounds really wrong, so I'll say Thana. Um, I am kind of on the fence about this because on the one side, yes, incredible, love it. But on the other side, if either of them is aromantic or asexual, then obviously love that even more. So I don't know, maybe like asexual soulmates? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I want Riggs to write a book from the hunter's perspective. That would be the book that I want to get after the Solangelook, which is obviously what we're calling the Solangelo book, in case you don't know. Every Piper chapter in The Lost Hero is just her thinking about Jason. Yeah, I don't like that. But I think she has a lot of potential. Maybe Piper will be the third on the quest. Honestly, I would like that. And we'll have to see. There have been samplers of the first chapter giving out to people. I think like a con or something or a book signing event. I need to get my hands on that. I need to see that. If you were a demigod, whose abilities would you like to have? That's not really a question. Obviously, Percy. I've always wanted to control water. Have you seen Witch? The well, it was a comic, but it's also a TV show. I think it aired on Disney. It's about five girls who become like the guardians of Earth, and they have magical powers. Each of them is an element. I was always Irma, water powers. So there you go. Mm-mm-mm. You can tell that a fandom is weird when we ship a human with a brick. He's been shipped with worse. For example, the stapler that took his lip when he was 2. I don't think Rick will kill Will or Nico or have them break up because the whole fandom will come for him, but I am still terrified for what could happen in the Solangelook. Thank you for using Solangelook. Can I heart a comment? Oh my god. What did I do? Oh my god. I can't see the chat anymore. What did I do? Oh my god. Is this it? Is this it for us? I probably look so stupid. How do you go into the chat? Can't even ask you because I can't see your answers. Oh my god. Wait. I can fix this. Give me a sec. Well, this is going great. Honestly, it's going way better than I thought it was gonna go. So even this just happened. Okay. This don't panic. Thank you. But I still don't. Ooh, there's a lag on this video. I can see myself. That's weird. Okay, any suggestions to how I might go back to watching the chat? This is great. Well, I just have to say, YouTube, this is not very intuitive, so... Okay. Wait a second. Jesus. Okay, so I'm just gonna look at the chat on here. Which book are you most excited for? The Solangelook. Yes. On a scale of 1 to 10, how gay is the Magnus Chase series? Uh, it's pretty gay. I would say like a 7. It could be gayer. Book number 1 wasn't that gay. Okay, someone said restart your browser. Are we gonna trust that person? Hmm. Live chat icon below. I don't see that. I'm because this is working for me. Okay. So going back to questions that I got from you guys, because we're not moving here. I'm so glad you got back your channel. Can you tell right now to live in Spain, specifically Madrid, is extremely raining. It's been a really rainy week, but honestly, it's very nice. Nice weather most of the time. Very good food. Pretty okay people. So I would recommend traveling to Spain if you are ever in the area. And what books would I recommend to start reading in Spanish? Just whatever books you like, read that in Spanish. Or maybe start reading with middle grade because I think that's a very good level, like very easy level to understand. So I think that's very good for beginners. Who's your spirit animal? Do you mean who or do you mean what? Because those are very different answers. Okay, what is your favorite color? Blue. What fictional character do you think you're most like? Already mentioned this, Magnus Chase. I also think a huge part of my personality I have based around the character of Styles from Teen Wolf and a bit of Percy. I tend to like characters that are similar to me. If you could eat any fictional food, what would it be? I think ambrosia because I want to know what my favorite food is, and that would solve it for me. Anything in the Hunger Games, Katniss has been starved her whole life, so she really enjoys eating in the capital. So anything she mentions, she makes it sound really good. So maybe all of the dishes there. Grace likes anime, says I'm taking Spanish. Very good. Spanish is one of the best languages out there, if not the best. Sometimes it can be a bit tricky. There's a lot of accents. You have to learn a lot of rules about how to spell things, but much less than in French or in English. So I think Spanish is definitely top 5 languages of the world, if I do say so myself. Hmm. Favorite Riordanverse character? Percy Jackson, followed by Annabeth. If Artemis and Apollo fought, who do you think would win? Artemis, just because of her fighting skills. We haven't been shown Artemis having like moon powers, but I guess she does. They're basically equivalent. I know the sun is much, much bigger than the moon, but still, in this universe, does the sun really exist? Or is Apollo just like a representation of the sun? I don't know. But I think, given that Artemis is like the huntress goddess, she would definitely beat Apollo. No sweat. I live in North Dakota, USA, and yesterday it was like -12, but it felt like -30. Are you speaking in Fahrenheit or in Celsius? Because if this is Celsius, this is cold. That's very cold. But if that's Fahrenheit, then that's really freaking cold. I'm sorry. I've never been to North Dakota. Is it nice? Mm-mm-mm. Who's your favorite other Percy Jackson YouTuber? I definitely have to say a healthy dose of Fran. Obviously. Have you seen my channel? She's the only, well, not the only person I've collabed with, but the only one I've collabed with. Did I collab with her twice? No, I just made 2 videos out of that collab. And I did a podcast episode with her, which was very fun. My Spanish teacher lived in Cuba for a while, so I trust her. Oh, so she's not native, huh? Okay, that's not bad. I think a non native person can teach a language. I'm personally teaching English to several kids right now. Um, but even though I'm not native, I would consider myself to be bilingual. But Cuban people have a lovely accent. Boxed and labeled a language. Yes. I studied languages, so I can tell you why this is. It's basically because the rich people in England spoke French, the poor people spoke English, so the poor people didn't know how to write, and there was no consensus on how to spell anything. That's why English spelling makes no sense, and it's impossible to learn English spelling. You just have to memorize all the words. Someone is telling me the time. Thank you. It's good to know. I don't know when I'm gonna finish this live. Who is your godly parent? I am known as unclaimed demigod. But if I had to choose, I think maybe Athena. I think she fits me the most. I like arts and crafts, and I think I'm a very logical person, and I do like war strategy, like strategy. So yeah, I think Athena would be the one. Are you a fan of Avatar The Last Bender? I am definitely a fan of Atla. I love it so much. Though it's one of those shows where I can never know who my favorite character is because I just love all of them. It's a tie between Katara, Toph, and Sokka. I love Aang as well, but for like the beginning of the series, he's much more basic than the others. I think my Spanish teacher is a native Spanish speaker, but not of Spain, so we are learning the Spain way of speaking Spanish. Probably not. I went to Spanish class while I was in school in England. It was an American school in England, and I had to either pick Spanish or French class, and my parents made me take both. So obviously, Spanish class was very easy, but Spanish class was taught by a South American lady. I don't remember what country she was from. So it was an interesting experience learning Spanish from a different part of the world. They're definitely like it's still Spanish. We can understand each other, but the vocabulary is so different. So definitely had to learn about that. Sanchi says she likes they like my hoodie. I'm sorry, I don't know. Um, Thank you. I really like this hoodie as well. I think I've worn it in a lot of videos. Speaking of clothing in videos, I just recently filmed a video which I thought was going to be a video or just a two-parter, and it turned out to be around 6 or 7 videos. And I'm wearing the same jumper in all of those. So you're going to get I think I'm going to post one a month starting next year. So you're going to get me wearing the exact same look 7 months in a row. So look forward to that. I really like that series of videos and I'm really enjoying editing them. They're some of them are wild. Let me know down on my it's way different from Greek now. So no, I can't understand Greek. I can understand Spanish, English, French, and Portuguese, and I guess a little bit of Italian. But any Spanish or Portuguese speaker can probably understand a bit of Italian because they're Romance languages and it's very close to Spanish. Do you have a favorite language? Honestly, I think Spanish is the best, but I did create a YouTube channel all in English, and the 4 books that I have written are 100% in English. So it's a close second. It's very near and dear to my heart. Are you excited for the new episode of The Owl House? Dana Págame la Terapia, still love your username. I am very excited. Can you let me know when it's coming out? Because I don't know. It really sucks that Disney censored The Owl House, and instead of getting a huge full season that it deserved, like 20 episodes, it's getting just 4 episodes that are 40 minutes long, which sucks. But yes, I'm really looking forward to it. I cried in the first episode of the third season. How many countries have you been to? I don't know. Okay, let's see. Spain, obviously. I've been to, well, I guess the United Kingdom counts as one. I've been to Ireland, though I don't remember it because I was 7. I've traveled through France because I've used the English channel to go from England to Spain, but I wouldn't count France. I've been to the Netherlands. I've also been to Germany, went to Berlin this summer, have a whole blog if you want to watch that. I've been to the United States to visit my friends, New York, Texas, where else? Florida, South Carolina, and Tennessee. And have I gone to? Oh, I've also been to the Czech Republic. I think those are all the countries that I've been to. I kind of like I crossed the border from Spain to Portugal once, but that barely counts because we just went to a shop. It's 10:50 a.m. where I live. Where do you live, Rachel? Let me know. I want to let me know down below what countries you're watching this from because I'm intrigued. Uh uh who would yet who would yeet off the top of the Empire State Building, Luke or Octavian? I think honestly I think this might get me hate, but I think Luke did worse things because he literally helped Kronos knowingly. Octavian didn't help Gaia as directly. You've written 4 books. Yes, I have technically, I would say like 3.5. One of them is a really heavy work in progress. But I have done NaNoWriMo National Novel Writing Month 4 times. I have done a contemporary book with 6 points of views, another contemporary with 4 points of views, then kind of like superhero book with 5 points of views, and just recently this November, I have a whole vlog video coming up. I have done a fantasy novel with one sole point of view, and I guess you'll know more about it when I post the video. Ooh, okay. You yeet. Yeah, that's what I thought. If I know Italian and I can't get the Magnus Chase books in English, do you think I should get them in Italian, which is my second language? Why wouldn't you be able to get the Magnus Chase books in English? Um, I think, well, I like having all of my books in the same language. So, especially because if you get another language, it has different covers, so not the same edition. But whatever you feel like it, I don't think it's a bad idea. And it's a good way to. Are you saying that because your username is Bianca D'Angelo, or are you seriously asking that question? Do you have any tips for someone who's trying to learn a language but is struggling? I have been there. I am there. Tip number 1, I would say just consume a lot of content in that language. When we were going to move to England for the first time, and none of my siblings actually, and me, we didn't speak English very well because we went to English class in school, but obviously we were nowhere near the level to go to English school. The first thing my dad did, he bought us a DVD of the SpongeBob movie and he played it to us in English several times. So I would recommend doing that. If you want to do it with the SpongeBob movie, it's a great movie, the first one. So I would recommend that as well. A lot of content in that, maybe like YouTube channels, listen to music, watch TV episodes, or like listen to a podcast. That's a great way of doing it. Maybe start reading grade books in or books you already read and you like in that language. There's many different ways to do it. The best way, honestly, is either to get a partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, who knows that language. That's the best way to learn a language. Or just go live in a country where they speak it. I know it's a hard solution, but it's honestly the best. That's how I learned English. Do. Are you excited about Percy Jackson upcoming book and series? Yes. I don't think there's anything else to say. England. Hi, Marion. Let me start over. Marion Kanya is in England. Hi. Good to know. I lived in England for 4 years. Okay. Darth Delilah says she is in California, USA, and it's 9:50 a.m. there. It's so crazy to me that there's such a huge time difference inside the US. Masato is in Mexico. Hi, Masato. Rachel says she is in Idaho. Honestly, I don't know anything about Idaho. They are from India. Hi, Sanchi. Okay. Other random person is in North Carolina, USA. Funboy is in India. I think I have a lot of Indian subscribers, which really surprised me, but I guess people in India speak English, so it's just another like English speaking demographic, and that's most of my subscribers. So if you are in India or from India, hi, thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. Why do I wave so weird? Famous people wave like this so their arm flap, doesn't show. So now I'm just gonna start waving like this to you guys. Have you watched Wednesday yet? I have. I watched it with my brother, who is clearly very beloved in this channel. I liked it, but I was very disappointed by one of the characters because they totally betrayed me, and I did not like that. Octavian is more funny than evil. I think he's just a kid, and it's really sad. Okay, SJV from Utah. Hello. Darth Delilah says, what's your favorite Alice Oseman book? My favorite Alice Oseman books would be Heartstopper. They're technically books, right? Like graphic novels. And novels are books. If I had to pick something else, I think I don't know what. Okay, so definitely not radio silence. That's my least favorite one. I think it would be a tie between hmm, I was born for this and Loveless. I think when I read Loveless, I held it to such a high standard. I wanted it to represent my experience exactly that I didn't really like it that much. But I have to read it with new eyes now, knowing that not everyone that is like me goes through the same experiences, and I think I would like that better. I'm considering learning how to cuss in Spanish. Funny that you say that because the children that I teach English to, are always telling me how to cuss in different languages and asking me how to cuss in English. So that's fun. We have someone from North Dakota. Did I just drink water in front of the mic? I hope you didn't get it like an ASMR experience out of that. Okay, perfect. Getting a boyfriend is harder than learning a language. Honestly, I think that's true. So maybe get a best friend. Ooh, they always told this to us in French class and like English class. Get a pen pal. I think that works. Fia says it's almost 2 a.m. for me. I am sorry. Are you just awake because of me? I'm gonna leave this up on my channel, I think, so you don't have to be awake. You can go to sleep. Go to sleep because tomorrow is Christmas Eve. You might not celebrate it, but it's still Christmas Eve. By the way, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to anyone who celebrate. Oh, Ladybug Fairybug is from Canada. Hello, Ladybug. Oh, okay. Someone says, well done with the pronunciation. Don't know if that's sarcastic or not, but I'll take it as a good one. No one knows about Idaho. Basically, we have potatoes and that's it. I think. Wait, have you seen the amazing world of Gumball? Isn't the potato called Idaho? Or at least he's from Idaho? I don't know. Um, Omega, shout out to you. Do you already know what you will use your second channel for? Your new channel for? Okay, let me know down in the comments what do you want to see from my new channel because I obviously just made it so I could tell you guys I was hacked and I had no control over my content over at Unclaimed Demigod. I changed the name in case you want to go subscribe now. It's called Celia a Secas. I wanted to say just Celia. It's a play on that scene in Harry Potter where Harry says just Harry, and in Spanish they translate it to Harry a Secas. So I thought it was a funny name, and I wanted my name to be. I've been talking for too long. I wanted my name to be on my second channel name. Here, you can have a free teaching lesson. What? A free lesson on how to pronounce my name. Celia. Celia. A lot of English speakers say that Spanish speakers have a lisp, but no, that's just the correct way to pronounce soft C's. So, Celia Secas is my new channel. It's going to be my second channel. So, if there's anything in particular you want to see me post there, let me know because right now it's just sitting there looking pretty and collecting dust. Ooh, Grace Likes Anime is in Virginia. Hello. Yep, many people speak English in India. That's what I thought. Thank you for letting me know. Which character do you and your brother have the most different opinions on? I think that is a tie between Piper and Hazel and Leo. My brother does not like Leo, which really surprised me because my sister Marta, who you've also seen in videos, she's my older sister, she really liked Leo as well. Actually, Leo, Percy, and Annabeth were the only characters she likes, which is very relatable. Did you ship Claire Wednesday and Enid? If not, who do you ship her with, if anyone? I shipped Wednesday with Tyler. I think I wanted to ship Wednesday and Enid, but I just didn't see chemistry. I really liked them as best friends. There was just no romantic chemistry there. I would be open to them having a romantic relationship in the future. I would be really surprised, but I would like that. Do you like Percy Jackson graphic novels? I've never read them. I've never seen them. I've never held them in my hands. There was a time that I was this close to buying all of them, but I just read the reviews and people said they really weren't that good. So I don't know if I'm ever gonna get around to reading them. If anyone wants to buy them all for me and send them to me for free, definitely read them. But nah, don't do that. Or do whatever you want to do. What's your favorite red, white, and royal blue character? Okay, I'm just trying to remember the names. Yes, it's one of my favorite novels. Yes, I do forget names quite frequently. It's Alex. I love Alex. And then it would be Henry. I'm a sucker for protagonists. Ooh, John Bauer is in Nebraska, USA. Also one of the forgotten states. I don't know. If you're not in New York, Florida, or California, then you're not really that important to the rest of the world. I guess maybe Washington as well, but honestly, anything else? Whew. Have you read The Summer I Turned Pretty? Thank you, Nola Bianski, for this question. I saw this also in the questions that I asked in the community tab. I have not read it. I watched the show. There was also a question asking if I was Team Jeremiah and Team Conrad. Let me know if I'm wrong, but I think Conrad is the older brother and Jeremiah is the younger one. Just speaking from what I saw in the TV show, I liked Jeremiah more as a person because he was just nicer. But after you learn about the whole sob story about Conrad, then I liked him, and I think his feelings for I want to call her Baby. What's her name? What was the protagonist's name? For the protagonist, I feel like Conrad's feelings for the protagonist were more genuine. I think that Jeremiah might have only liked her because he sensed his brother wanted her as well. Damn, Snack Bar says it's 6 p.m. in the UK. Makes sense. You're 1 hour behind Spain. Ooh. Druidus Rufus says they're from Poland. Hello. What time is it in Poland? I think it might be the same time as in Spain. SJV says, have you ever heard a song that describes a character from the Riordanverse? Well, kind of like a theme song of sorts. There's a lot of videos about this on YouTube. I have watched like 100 of them. Viria did like a very extensive fan art on what's that song called? Let's see how far we've come or how far we'll go. I don't remember. So sorry, can't really answer that. Sunny345 says, same Rachel, all North Dakota is no. That sounds fun. I'm thinking about making a Greek mythology inspired, let's be real, it's Percy Jackson inspired D&D campaign. Since you're a writer and a fan, any advice? Ooh, you could do like the Odyssey. That would be fun because there's like everything happens in a specific time frame and there's monsters that you could draw from. So I think that might be like a cool idea. Or do something with the labyrinth. I think that would be pretty cool as well. You could have Mount Olympus also as a location. I have recently started playing D&D with my cousins and my siblings, and it's so fun. So if you want me to speak more about D&D, I will. My character, no one asked, but my character, her name is Avis, and she was a pirate, and she is, what do you call them? Oh my god. People. I'm glad more people have watched Gumball. Sunny345 is gonna go now, bye. Sorry, Sunny. Have you ever thought about doing podcasts as well? Maybe this should also be an idea for the second channel. Omega always coming here with great ideas. I don't know how I would go around making a podcast, but I love that idea. So it's definitely going to go in the idea list. Taylor betrayed us though, that's why I don't like him anymore. The monster was so ugly. Which of your siblings do you share the most favorites of characters with? I think that would be my sister Marta. I think. Just because I have a really. Whenever you watch something, you can tell who my favorite character is going to be at first glance. And that also happens with my brother. For me, it's male himbos. So dudes who are very powerful but are also kind of sort of dumb. But they're intrinsically good people. But they're dumb. And also bonus points if they're sarcastic. So we have Edward Elric, we have Styles, we have Percy Jackson, we have Hinata. If you see that, anime main characters, that's usually my favorite character. And my brother, he has powerful female characters who usually have magic powers and are usually kind of like morally gray. So we don't share favorite characters often, but me and my sister do. Oh, John Bauer says, I'm actually John's daughter on his account. Then, hello, John's daughter. Mm-mm. Have you ever faced a natural disaster? Besides myself, I don't think that I have. I mean, there's a lot of flooding in England, so I guess that's a natural disaster. There was also like this huge snowstorm last year called Filomena in Spain, and that like we were stuck at home for like a week. But isn't snowstorm a natural disaster? Don't know. You are armed with only a sword and a shield and have to choose between fighting Kronos, Apophis, and Loki. Who would it be? I think Loki, because he's not much of like a physical fighter, isn't he? Hmm. The new channel could be podcast or rants, as Omega said. I'm glad you people. I'm sorry, you guys are liking that idea. What are your favorite D&D races and classes? I don't know yet. I don't know a lot about D&D. I just know that I like rogues because I like, being able to open locked doors. That's basically my main ambition. Races, humans and elves and half elves for now. Though I think I was a halfling the first time I played, and she was pretty cool. Mm-mm. I just looked it up, and you're absolutely correct. Now, what if Percy becomes gay, and now I can't stop thinking about it? Someone doesn't just become gay. Maybe a character does because they're fictional, but no one in real life just becomes gay. Um, and Percy would never be gay because he's shown to have like clear romantic feelings for Annabeth, so at the very least he would be bisexual. A lot of people had canon Percy as bisexual. I wouldn't mind it. I think it would be a bit out of left field, but you know, I wouldn't mind. The first time he describes look, it's a bit fruity, so it wouldn't be that out of left field. And Annabeth is susceptible to Piper's charm speak, which works better if you are attracted to her. So, an idea for your second channel. You should make a D&D game for your subscribers. That's a great idea, but I have no clue how to be a dungeon master. I barely know how to play as a character. So that one goes in the back burner. Ooh. Nola Bianski says, I love your videos. Who's your favorite Six of Crows character? Mine is Cass. Great minds think alike. I literally just reread this, and I always say, ooh, it's a tie between Cass and Inej. But Cass is just the right amount of morally gray and chaotic for me. I think Inej, I love her. I would do anything for her. But she's just too good. She's too good for me. So it's Cass, but followed very, very closely by Inej. What is your favorite non-Persebeth Percy ship? I thought for a while in the My Hero Academia fandom, back to exposing myself, that I could be a multi-shipper. That means shipping one person with multiple other people. But that was a phase. I can't ship someone with more than one person. I'm just a serious monogamist, which is funny because I'm never going to date anyone. But I am a monogamous shipper, so no, it doesn't exist. There's no other Percy ship besides Persebeth. Pernico, I don't know why that just came to mind. I don't ship it, but that was a very intense ship for a while. One that I do not like is Percy and Talia. They're like bros, so I don't see romantic chemistry. Ooh, I could see Percy and Grover. I just talked about bros, but I think they could work. Dana, págame la terapia has gotta go. Merry Christmas, everybody. Felices fiestas, feliz Navidad. Ooh, opinions on Miraculous Ladybug and season 5. Please, no spoilers. My brother and I have stopped watching Miraculous Ladybug, I think, halfway through season 4, and we haven't caught up with it yet. I want to watch it eventually. I think it's very chaotic. I think it went really downhill after season 1, and that it's completely unhinged. I still want to watch it though. And I hate the love square. I hate it. It's so stupid. Will you ever write a book of your own? I have written a book of my own. Thank you very much. Video of it coming sometime in the future. I don't know if you guys are ever gonna be able to read it, but it's definitely written. It needs some very heavy edits because right now it's like plot, what plot? Side characters, what side characters? But the skeleton of it is written. Me, when I found out Nico is gay, emotional damage. My friend Lauren, who I'm not friends with anymore, not because she spoiled it for me, but because we haven't seen each other in 10 years. My friend Lauren spoiled it for me. She came into the changing room after PE and she was like, "Are you reading House of Hades?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, did you know Nico is gay for Percy?" And I was like, "What? Nico can't be gay. He is in love with Annabeth." Well, I had a big storm coming, but don't spoil things like that. I got so mad at her. If you could rename yourself, what would it be? I honestly like my name, Celia. It's my name, it's my mother's name, and it was her mother's name, so my grandmother's name. So I liked it. I don't think I would rename myself as anything. And any other girl names that my parents could be thinking about for me are already taken by my older sister. So there's like, I don't even have a middle name. I'm the only child in my family who doesn't have a middle name. It's not very common for Spanish people to have middle names, but every sibling that I have, every single one of my siblings has a middle name. Do you like the Hunger Games? Yes, I do. Okay, let's go back to the questions that they asked in the community tab before. What media or fandom would you think you have been in if you never read Percy Jackson? I don't think I would have loved anything as much as I loved Percy Jackson. Maybe I would have devoted myself more to Harry Potter. If you could read one Percy Jackson, okay, already answered that. Do you think a crossover between the Riordanverse books is going to happen at one point? If you read the Tower, well, I think it is. I think it's coming. I don't know when. Maybe 2024. I don't know how long Rick is going to go between books anymore, but I do think it's definitely coming, or at least a short story compilation or something. What are your favorite books to read except Rick Riordan books? That would be Six of Crows, Carry On. Um, yeah. Oh, I love rereading Red, White, and Royal Blue. Also, Only Mostly Devastated is a recent favorite. Has there been a book that made you cry once? I've never cried with a book, but I've cried with manga. Demon Slayer, those last 6 volumes, I was bawling, just crying with him. If you were to write a book in the Riordanverse, what would it be about? I don't know. Probably the Hunters of Artemis. I think that could be a way for me to introduce my own experience into it, so that would be cool. If the crows were in the Percy Jackson universe, who do you think their godly parents would be? I think Cass would definitely be a son of Hermes. That's the one that I have most clear in my mind. Magic. Jasper would be a son of Demeter because he was raised on a farm. I don't know, and I think he would. It would be funny. Then Wylan, maybe Apollo. He plays the flute. Matthias. I want to say Zeus just because he's blonde and has blue eyes, but maybe Ares, and then he would rebel against it. And are any gods good at like martial arts? I don't know what I would put Inesh in. Have you read the Song of Achilles? My friend Erika lent it to me 5 years ago, and I read it, and I almost cried at that ending. I mean, I knew what was coming, but I still almost cried. And I want to buy that book because I don't have it. Have you ever watched Star Wars? Yes, all of the movies. I'm I watched the first 2 episodes of Kenobi, and then I stopped watching them. Who's your favorite band? It has to be 17. They're a K-pop group. They're the best. And then Taylor Swift and La Oreja de Van Gogh. And I also really like Avril Lavigne. Okay, wait. Someone, Andrea Herrera, hola, says Love the overalls, and the Song of Achilles is an amazing book. 1,000% recommend. Thank you for loving the overalls. Just recently, I was talking to my friends, and yeah, we all agree that if I were a piece of clothing, I would be overalls. So I'm really happy that you love them. Do you ship Rachel and Piper? I do not. I think that's a very random ship. If anything, I would ship Rachel and Annabeth, haters to lovers. But no. If I had to ship Piper with a girl, funnily enough, it would also be Annabeth. But not Rachel and Piper. Who's worse, J.K. Rowling or Typhoon? I don't know who has done more damage, honestly. I would say J.K. Rowling just because her damage happened in the real world and it affected real people. At what age you started reading? In middle school, I went to a school where my friends read a lot, so I read all of the Geronimo Stilton books. But then in seventh grade, I changed schools, which sucked. And my friends didn't read. It wasn't cool anymore, so I didn't read anything for that year. Then in eighth grade, I went to live in England, and my friend McKenna read The Hunger Games, and she took me to watch the film. And then I read The Hunger Games, and that's when I started reading. So technically, ninth grade was when I started really being a reader, and definitely 10th grade. And from then on, since I didn't have many friends, and then 11th and 12th grade didn't have any friends in Spain, that's when I became a reader. What TV shows, books, or movies did you watch, read as a kid? The Witch TV show, also Winx. Um, what else? Kim Possible, Geronimo Stilton books. What else? Oh, a lot of SpongeBob to learn English. Movies, Pirates of the Caribbean, El Dorado. We love that one. Then also Sinbad. Also love that one. Those are some of the most iconic movies in my family. Let's see. Do you think if the seven were in the Grishaverse, what type of Grisha do you think they would be? So, Percy would obviously control water. Annabeth, I think, would be a non-Grisha just to keep up with the theme. Then Hazel, I think there's a Grisha. She's like a fabricator. She would be a fabricator. And then who else do we have? Frank. He could be what do they call them? The Grisha who give other Grisha more power because he can turn into animals and sometimes animal bones can amplifier. He would be an amplifier. Jason, Squalor, is that what it's called when you control wind? Then who else do we have? Leo, he would be an Inferni. Piper, I think she would maybe a Kolpornalki. They control the heart, Aphrodite. I think that makes sense. I think I said everyone. Okay, how have you been? Good. Second, oh my god, Andy Correa. Okay, have you read any novel of MXTX? I don't know if you know this, but I think she is a Chinese author who has published many different series. I'm currently reading Grandmaster of the Demonic Cultivation, porque necesito a alguien para poder fangirlear. I have watched it. I've read it. I have read Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, Scumbag Villain, which is very chaotic and very problematic. I do not recommend it, but I did read the whole thing. And the other one, Heaven's Officials Blessing. I loved Heaven's Officials and Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. Have you ever watched Blood of Zeus? No, I have not. What's one thing Wish did different with the TV show adaptation so far? I don't know. They've done nothing, so I'm gonna say I don't know. What do you think about Stella Blowfish, Percy's little sister, having her own book? I think that would make no sense. I mean, was there something in the Tower of Nero that made you go like, is she really Paul Blowfish's daughter? I think there might have been. I would have to read that again. I would like to see her in a new Percy book. So maybe in the one that we're getting next year, have some mentions to her. Okay. If you were stuck in any book series, what would you choose? Realistically, just a contemporary. Maybe Red, White, and Royal Blue. I think that would be nice drama to watch online. But obviously, Percy Jackson. I don't know if the Grishaverse that much because if you want to have powers, you're gonna be, enslaved. So it's not fun. Either enslaved or put into like a war. So I wouldn't like that. And Caradam seems like the worst. What is the book that you reread the most and how many times was it? Probably either Percy Jackson or Six of Crows, like around 5 times. I hope you're all right. Who is your favorite Heartstopper character? Nick Nelson is and forever will be my favorite Heartstopper character. He is just incredible, and his character is also great on the Netflix TV show. What book on the Heroes of Olympus is your least favorite? Say it with me, people. Blood of Olympus. How did you get into Percy Jackson? I think I'm going to devote a whole video to this. So I'm just going to say Deviant Art for now. Have you read Aragon? No, not yet, and probably not ever. I'm sorry. I did watch the movie, though. They say it's worse than the Percy Jackson adaptation, so I know that counts for nothing. How about shipping Piper and Kion, the snow goddess? Definitely not. I don't tend to ship mortals or demigods with gods, especially not evil ones. Rate Heartstopper 0 out of 10, like a solid 8.5 or 9. Opinion on the Percy Jackson movies. I would have a stroke if I had to watch the Lightning Thief movie again. Well, you might have a stroke very soon because I'm planning on watching that and making a video for this channel. Let me know if that would be something you would be interested in, but I think that's what I'm gonna do. Have you read Keeper of the Lost Cities? No, but it's on my list. What do you think is the most common thing in the Rye Orderverse and Potterverse? What do you mean, what's the most common thing? The most common thing is for people to have read the books. Hmm? More ASMR for you guys. Who was your favorite character in Heaven's Official's Blessing and Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation? For both of them, my favorite characters are the main characters. Even though I did like the love interest for both, yeah, I'm just super basic with main characters. They're usually my favorites. What is the best Rick Riordan book and why is it House of Hades? It's definitely one of the top 2 best Heroes of Olympus books. Do you accept fan mail? Yeah, of course. If you want to mail it to my house, I don't know, but I do have a linked email account on my channel. If you go to information, it's there so you can send it to me. And I have corresponded with several of you, and I'm also open to chat on my Instagram account, which, by the way, has been changed to AKA Unclaimed Demigod. I like that, so that's what I'm sticking with now. I might have to look for a way to receive fan mail without giving you guys my address, but I'll look into that. For now, you have my Yahoo account. Extremely nervous when I started this live. I almost backed out, but I'm glad I didn't. And I've been talking for about an hour and 20 minutes, which I think means that I'm extremely narcissistic, either that or I really enjoy talking to you guys. So I'm going to say it's the second thing. Ooh, guess who's back? Bianca. Well, her book counterpart can't say the same thing. Favorite villain ever? Definitely Void Styles' third season of Teen Wolf. It's a villain, but it's still Styles, so he's the best. Do you have any thoughts on 39 Clues, Rick Riordan's take on the Indiana Jones? No, I barely register its existence, but I'm glad it exists. There's just more Rick Riordan content. Which house would you be in Harding Pencroft Academy? So this is from Daughter of the Deep. I think I was sorted into Cephalopods, which, no. I would either say dolphins because they're like communications and I've studied languages. I'm an interpreter, so that would go with that. But shark also seems really appealing. I don't like weapons, but I'm interested in combat. If you had to remove 2 from the 7 and replace them, who would you remove and who would you replace them with? I would remove Percy and Annabeth, like I said in my rewriting the Heroes of Olympus books, and I would add Will? My brain just wants to say, oh, I meant Nico. I would add Nico definitely. And my brain wants to say Will because I would want more Solangelo moments. So either Will or Reina. I think both of them would be great. And just to keep things balanced, maybe Reina so we didn't have 5 guys and 2 girls. Are you planning on making another Hunger Games simulator video? I am. I am. When? I don't know. You don't know? I don't know. Nobody knows. But definitely sometime in the future. I'm thinking, who do we want to put in the simulator? That's the thing. I was thinking maybe putting ships in the Hunger Games simulator or books or something like that. Let me know. Who do you want to see put in the Hunger Games simulator? Have you ever read Camp Jupiter Classified? Yes. Yes, but meh. Druidus, Druidus Rufus says, your heart says Will, your brain says Reina. That's too true. It's the truth. Reina has a special place in my heart. I love her name and I love her character. I have two questions. What do you think is going to happen to the hacker? Honestly, nothing. I think they're going to get away scotch free. It sucks, but I think that's just what's going to happen. And what are you planning to upload on your second channel? Very popular question today. I don't know. People have suggested a podcast or rants, and I like both of those ideas. Okay, what did you do when your channel was hacked? Well, first, I got very sad. Then I got very angry. And then I got very sad again, had a breakdown, and just took a hot shower and cried. And then I proceeded to try to solve things. But that is the order of events that happened Friday morning. Okay, so I think that's pretty much all the questions. If you have any last minute questions, now is your time to do it because I think an hour and a half is enough time for a live Q&A and I've answered basically all of the questions from the community tab. Okay, let's see. What fictional piece of media besides the Riordan books could you talk about for hours on end? I think Teen Wolf is something that I could talk about for hours because there's just so much to say. Like so much good and just so much bad. It's one of those things that like I know it's not that great, but it's just so good and means so much to me. Seasons 1 through 3B are just perfect. After that, you know, it's not perfect, but it's definitely entertaining. The movie looks like trash, and I don't think I'm going to like it because Styles isn't in it, and I think they shouldn't have done the movie without Styles. But I think I could talk about Teen Wolf for hours, maybe even Game of Thrones because there's a lot of opinions on there. Um, Honestly, I'm just someone who has a lot of opinions. So if you give me a topic, as you can see by this time that I have been talking for an hour and a half, I could literally talk about anything. So just give me a topic and I will talk about it. Are you preparing for Will's death in Solangelo book? No, I'm not. Will's not gonna die. And that's not me being in denial. The Solangelo look wouldn't do me dirty like that. Which god would flip off and cuss out? That could be any of the gods. Why are you so awesome? Many reasons. Honestly, I don't know. Anxiety, just things going wrong in my life, and me channeling that chaotic energy into this. Maybe. Have you made Percy Jackson fan art? I have. I'm never going to show you, but I have. It was mostly me tracing other drawings and just writing Camp Half Blood on the shirts, but I have. What is your favorite book that you read? If we go with this month, I read You Will Get Through This Night by Dan Howell from Dan Is Not on Fire, and I was in a perfectly good mindspace when I read it. But then this hacker thing happened, and I realized that I had absorbed a lot of knowledge from that book, and I could do the exercises to not go into a downward spiral. So thank you, Dan Howell. I didn't think that it would help, but it honestly did. Will you do another quiz video? Yes, one is coming. If not next month, then month afterwards. Honestly, I think I might have messed something up with my AdSense, so I'm thinking that for the rest of this month and for January, I'm just going to do reactions since those can't be monetized in any way that I know how. So look forward to reactions. Guess down below what do you think I'm going to be reacting to? That character you would want to bring back the most? A lot of characters are coming to mind. Mainly Patroclus from The Song of Achilles. Just a lot of people who died before their time. It's very sad to see young characters die. What's your favorite movie? I never have an answer for this, but lately I've had one, and that is Spider Man No Way Home. It's definitely one of my favorite cinema watching experiences. That makes sense. It was so good. I've watched it 3 times in the cinema, twice the original version, and one the more fun version with extra content. I love Spider Man so much, and I love Tom Holland, and I love any version of Spider Man. So seeing the three of them there was just so good. Which god do you want to kill if they are made mortals? I'm really not a killing kind of person, so I don't think I would kill anyone. I mean, Kronos, maybe, but most of the other gods haven't. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to kill anyone. Who's your favorite god? I think I have to say Apollo just because I've read so much from his point of view, but Artemis is a close second. What will be the next universe you will do in the wheel that chooses my live videos? So I filmed 2 of those already, and I think they are, um, what are they? Avatar, I already did. So it's the Mortal Instruments and Heartstop. Wait, I think I already. Oh, and Carry On, because Heartstopper I already did. So look forward to that if they ever come out. It's me with hair like up to here. So it's gonna be a shock because now I just have like this little bit of hair. Okay, will you do another stream? The thing that pushed me to do a stream was clarifying things about being hacked, because I've always been very scared to do a stream. But seeing this now, it's not that hard. Honestly, I still don't know how to put up the chat again on my computer, so clearly still not really good at it. But maybe sometime next year, maybe when we get a thousand, we're way past that, 11,000 subscribers. So tell your friends and family to subscribe, and I'll do another stream. If you ever dyed your hair, what color would you dye it? Technically, it's dyed right now. I've grown it out so much that it's only like this beats, but it was like reddish copper tone. I really like myself as a redhead, and I'm so pale, and I have freckles, so it makes sense. I don't think I would dye it any other color, and it's too much maintenance for me. Okay, 2 last questions. Okay, 3, and that's it. Do you like Alex Fierro? Because she is my favorite character ever. I love Alex. I think she, I think he's awesome, and I love her relationship with Magnus. Most hated book or most loved book? Most hated book. I don't usually hate books, and none of them are coming to mind right now. Who would it be? I feel like that Adele meme of her reading something on a live stream and not understanding the question. So with that, that is over. I have been talking for an hour and 34 hours. So I am going to go right now downstairs, make myself some popcorn, and just watch Avatar, the first movie, because I've been craving it since I watched the second one in the cinema. So bye, guys. Okay, let's see what you're saying. Thanks for the stream. Have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas, or Happy Christmas if you're in Britain. Oh, that was a very good first live stream. Thank you. I panicked halfway through when I disappeared the chat. But okay, if you like this, then maybe I'll make more. Merry Christmas. It's already tomorrow. Well, it's not already tomorrow. Christmas is already tomorrow. So, Merry Christmas. Go to bed if you're watching this and it's late. If not, have lunch. Go out with your friends. Go out into the world and just have a good rest of your day, or a good start of your day if you live in like Australia or something. But bye bye, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Did I stop? Let me go.